And we are live. Hello everyone who is watching after the fact. I appreciate you all. Glad you guys are able to watch. And then soon we'll have a few people join the live stream. I got something in my eye. But in today's episode, this will be the last episode of this series. The goal is to get this final monument unlocked, the Earth Repopulator. It's going to take a lot though. We still need 4,000 more science before we get there. And then, oh my gosh, we're going to need another 1,500 planks, another 1,500 metal blocks, and basically double our gears. We have a good amount of planks. We have a decent amount of, oh my gosh, I don't know how it took me over here. Decent amount of pine resin. We are going to need more pine resin though. So let's unmark all of these and then we'll replace them with pine trees. We could even actually get some up here, but the real question is, will this guy be able to reach? And the answer is no. But fortunately, we have 26 unemployed beavers, so we can add something and make it easier for him to get that. Basically, we'll add a second tapper shack. And then let's make sure this guy, let's straighten that path out a little bit. Now we can remove all that and then get those pine trees planted. And then he can reach almost all of them, not quite. We have our first, well, we had our first viewer. Decided this was not worth it. So he'll do all that. Let's change the tree chopping process. That looks right. And then we can just get that tapper shack set up. And then if we need anything else to put up here, I'm trying to think of what that would be, we can do so. But I do want to make sure we have production ramped up. We have 5 vacant jobs for the bots, which is fine because we have so many bot jobs over here. Okay, a lot of them are builders, they're sitting around. We have lots of haulers. So where are those bot jobs? Okay, 4 of them, all 4 of them are right here in this hauling post. What about scrap metal? We're doing good. We're not actually maxed out anymore. I know we reduced how many bots we had working in the efficient mine. We're gonna bump that back up to 8. That does require treated planks. Let's minimize that. And extract. How are we doing extract? We are maxed out, so that's good. Hopefully that does not start dropping. If it does, then we can adjust that accordingly. So now we have even more production for scrap metal. Let's double check if we have enough production of metal blocks. I think we added some in the last episode. I'm seeing at least 4, 5. I think that might be all we have. We can check the workforce, the jobs, workplaces. And then I think it might be near, closer to the bottom. We have so many jobs. Smelter, we have 5. The productivity is not great for a lot of these. But we can prioritize all of them by haulers. That should help. These two, well, I think it was just this one that was prioritized by haulers. This was at 96%. So we want to continue that. They are all bots, which is good. So I think we want to add another smelter. We have some space over here. Let's see. If we remove these two and then go sideways, we need to remove this one as well. But I think if we did that, then we could fit some more smelters unless there's another obvious place. And since this is a final episode, we are really just planning for what we can do today. We don't really have any other long-term plans other than getting that final monument down. We bumped the beaver's well-being up quite a bit in the end of the last episode. We have 2 motivatoriums and then 2 of these wind tunnels, and the beavers are loving it. We connected this whole power system together, so now we have all of these, and then we also have these gravity batteries, which we are, I think it's a 6-day drought. We are still significantly lower, so maybe we add even more gravity batteries. I mean, how many do we have at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's 48 gravity batteries. We could always add more. We're almost at 20k science. Honestly, I think we could pause a couple of these number crunchers because we are... Oh my gosh, we're using over 10,000 power. I think we can pause some of these because we still have several other number crunchers going. We have this one, and then we have these two, which are in their own power system. Supply, demand. Okay, so we're demanding a little bit more, but we can always pause a couple of these because they're not running at full efficiency. These are used quite a bit. This one, these two weren't, and this one is only used on occasion, so I think it's fine. That guy has a hat on. I think he's a builder. No, it's a farmer. I guess we could just keep them going in this direction. It would be nice to get a tube way over here. We have one right here. What I think I want to do is have the tubes go along the backside here. That means, or we could just go over the top. That might be a little bit easier, especially to connect everything in. We would just go. We could also go this way for. Ooh, I like that a little bit more. So what if we did this? Because we're going to want to add at least probably a couple smelters and then at least a couple wood workshops, I'm guessing. Plus probably another couple gear workshops. Yeah, all three of those are running. So we're going to make some more stuff over here instead. And then I think... So we need to figure out the layout. If we have some going over here, a 6 will be long enough. So we just need to get some stuff up down here. Basically just make a platform across. We'll make it a little bit lower, so we'll go with the double instead. And then I think we're gonna go with the triple right down here. We can't go over top this with the platform. I guess, no, we still need that. So we'll go with the 6 along here. We can do this though, a double on top and then a 5 over this. And then we can start putting some buildings down. We'll need to go with the gear workshops over here. And then we can start doing the other ones. There'll be a small gap. 1, 2. That should actually work out perfectly. So we can add in a smelter here. Right over here, and then same with the wood workshop. I guess we could shift this one over. Same with this one. Just need to make sure it's oriented correctly. And then we'll just connect over this direction. Yeah, I like that. Get those power shafts placed down. And then one final power shaft right here. And then we'll make sure these are all set to bots. And we are out of logs. Lovely. Let's see, how many... Okay, we have a lot of these lumber mills running. Guess we needed to pause a few of them. We added some massive tree farms in the last episode. Last couple episodes, I guess. And the drill's not helping. Because we have all this, it's now drying out. "27 unemployed beavers, but that's okay. They're gonna enjoy themselves." I'm enjoying some morning coffee. Okay, quick resource check. We have maxed out bad water. Looks like most of these guys are pumping. That's good. Thankfully I have this pool over here. If we go down. And then view this. Normally it goes all the way up. It's another 1.5 tiles higher than it is currently. But that keeps us going. And honestly, we're not using a whole lot of it. We use it for... Right, we use it here. Yeah, bad water to make extract. And you also use it for the dynamite, which we are maxed out on. How many explosives factories do we have? There's a couple. I wish you could search in here, because there are just so many buildings. And I don't know the exact order that they have them all in. Okay, there are 38 lumberjack flags. That's nuts. We'll find explosives factory at some point. I was only seeing 2, but I feel like I have more than that. There's a third one. They are not productive because we don't need them all. We even have that one paused. Pause 2 of them. And this one's pretty productive. Really, there's not a whole lot I can do about the logs other than plant some more trees, but we've already planted just so many trees. I mean, we have all this is wood, and then maybe I should pause these guys. And then we can copy settings. I know it doesn't do anything right now, but I feel like these guys can probably pump enough. We might need to add some more though, because we don't really need this to be the pumping station. So we can do this. We can remove them and collect the wood from here. And they will collect automatically. And then if we add some more overhangs, let's go right here. Oh, we don't even need to go all the way up. Just a single, and then a 5, and then we can go over, but we don't even need these to be the same. We could probably see if we could fit. So I want to maximize how many I could fit right here. Okay, hold on, let's pause this real quick. Because if we went over one, we could have... I think I like that instead. I think we're going to remove this. Gotta go in that order. And then... you do the 5 overhang. And then if we do another 5, we can fit some pumpers on the back side. Ooh, that's awesome. I like that a lot. We'll do this. Look at this. But let's actually remove these and just copy settings. Oh wait, no. I want to duplicate this. I'll flip it. And then flip it again. So if we had 5 more, we already have 6. 11 in total. I feel like that should be sufficient. Then we can always add more if we need. And we've taken away some here, but we've also been maxed out on water. So I'm not too concerned about it. We can remove all of these. Have them collect all those planks. trying to think if there's anything we can remove that... Oh, wait a second. Oh, this is not connected in. Lovely. But we have an easy solution, I believe. Since it seems like these transfer power, all we need to do is connect it in right across here. Because I don't think we could realistically connect it in. Actually, okay. Well, let's remove these. We're gonna go up over here instead. Power shaft. Power shaft. Oh, can I go? Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then we can add in a double. We'll have to remove this one so we can construct this. And then go up like that. Then we can connect it in, and I think that should be good. Because this, yeah, this is all part of this system. And so we'll have our new 6 buildings get added into our power system. And then let's just keep collecting these old platforms. Because we are running a little bit short on... Well, we're completely out of wood. Running short on planks. And then let's remove all of these. I think they should be able to reach this. Excellent. And then this is an unnecessary path going over here. We can get rid of all of these as well. And so we'll leave these ones as kind of a backup water collection system. Because we are going down in water. Not by a whole lot, but we are going down. We can also pause 2 of these breeding pods because we have so many unemployed beavers, we don't need more. Bots, we are going up in how many unemployed bots or how many vacant jobs there are. Let's make sure... Oh, this is it. Let's bump that up by 1. So we're increasing our production by 33%, so that's going to give us a lot more bots. And then we are short on building materials, which is understandable. Yeah, we need wood. I have planted so many trees. I don't know if we'll ever make a world where I have enough trees planted to sustain my building desires. I am going to get rid of this because it was a good dream, but it is no longer... I mean, my dreams were crushed. It was kind of a stretch at best. We can just get rid of all this, honestly. Make sure I'm not removing any tubes or anything. Plus, this all has wood. And we need that right now. Oh, they can't get over there? We get a little wood back. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Let's just extend this path over there. That should help. There we go. Now they're getting it. Okay, they got it all. We can remove that path once again. On the bright side, metal blocks are going up. Planks are not. Treated planks. Ooh. Let's see. Any of these trees close? These are like halfway. Oh my gosh. These are forever away. Well, at least we have these that are growing up. Now they should have constructed all this. We can add in that final power shaft to connect those buildings in. Looks like we had a few folks join the stream. Welcome everyone. Let me know if you are new to this series or if you've seen some of the previous episodes. Hopefully you have, because this is the final episode for this series. Today we will be building the Earth Repopulator. We're doing good on gears. We're almost at our threshold. Treated planks, we are going up. And then metal blocks, we are also going up. And we are starting cycle 19. We ran out of water over here also. But the water is returning, so that should help some of these trees grow up. We are at 9,800 water. Seems like... Oh, let's help that guy out a little bit. Detonate that triple dynamite. Now he can keep pumping. We only have 2 storages over here. We probably want to make it... Let's see. Let's prioritize by haulers. And then copy settings to all of these guys. That way they can spend more time pumping and less time walking. Also, the haulers are much more efficient. They can carry twice the weight that other beavers can carry, since they got those special backpacks on. But life is good in this world for the beavers. Water's returning. Food we're doing great on. We are maxed out all the rations. Every food that we need we are pretty much maxed out on. Let's check their well-being. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is... Okay, Bell we could improve on. And then Earth Repopulator and maybe another Scratcher. Let's see, where do we have the Bell? Right there. Ooh, but we have a couple buildings over here. A couple of barracks. We're gonna pause those. And we're gonna have enough. Let's get rid of the rooftop terraces right here. And then this will actually give us a little bit of wood. We do have more than 0, so we're actually doing fine. We could add some rooftop terraces. We do that over here. There's one bell. We do that. How do we get up here? And what do we want to store in here? Maybe some raw materials. We'll do canola. We always like to have more canola. Could we do 2 rooftop terraces? I think so, but I think the question is how do we get up there? It's a little inconvenient. I guess we go like this. And then we have the stairs going across. Not the most efficient. Well-being. And then just because it seems like bell was in short supply, had a bell right there. And then this bell, that should be good. And then the water's coming back over here. Filling this up. We're back up to 10K. Yeah, so all these should be good. Plus we have fewer beavers that should be born. And then also less water used for the breeding pods. So on multiple fronts we should be doing better in water. So now it's just about getting our wood production up, which does seem like we have more trees. Although we have buildings that lack workers. Okay, so that hauling post is completely out of bots. I think there should be... Yeah, the builder's hut is the next one, but that's fine. Because we have this hauling post that is maxed out. We could probably... Let's see. That one's lowest. Let's move that to slightly higher. Switch it to bots and then pause a couple builders' huts. In fact, we can pause 3 because we're not really building a whole lot right now. And then we do have a lot of bot parts stored up, so let's prioritize both of these buildings by haulers. Productivity, and this one's 100%, that's really good. This one's at 81. So just a little bit that we could improve on. Dirt, we are down to 161. Let's drop that and then go to 2, turn that on. Now I need to figure out where I actually want to put the earth repopulator. We can unlock it for 20,000 science. We are at 22. Okay, this thing is frickin' humongous. Let's do that. I'm not going to place it down yet because as soon as we just start throwing all these resources into it, it could make things go a little weird. I think I'll need to do it though because we don't have enough storage. Yeah, I think I'll need to do it. But then we have... So that is getting close to maxing out. Same with that one. That one is not quite. But then we do have to think about where we want to actually place the earth repopulator. I feel like on top of the reservoir. That's what my gut says. Let's see, because we have... What would be under this? 5 by 5, but this thing is bigger than 5 by 5. Let's see, what is this? It is, it fits in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a 7 by 7 footprint. But it's not 7 by 7 all the way around. It's just 7 by 7 for I guess 3 by 3. But you can see those outsides. Okay, so if we did a 3 by 3 would not work. But if we did a 5 by 5 and then went up in elevation 1 and basically built some overhangs on top of it, that is doable. We could do it over here. We could do this. Okay, let's pause real quick. Let's see what this looks like. I want to make it really in the middle. Is this centered? I think this is going to be just kind of approximate. Let's see. Here there are 8 tiles on the left, 5 or 6 tiles on the right, so let's go over one more. So now we have 7 tiles and then 6 or 7. If you want to make it in the middle, you need to extend it farther out, so we would go down in elevation 1. And then how much farther this way? Would a 4 look right? See, we have 8 on one side and then 7 on the other. That's pretty close. Oh. We would do this. And then I need to go just a little bit farther out. That will give me the 7 by 7. Fill all this in. At which point I think that would actually fit. So let's take a look. Okay, so that that looks kind of ridiculous, but it does fit. I think I'd want to build stuff in front so it doesn't look just quite as goofy. Maybe we do something like we'd move that one over. Yeah, we'd move that over one. And then we could do it like this. We'd probably want to go over something like this right here. I think that should be fine. Lots of metal blocks to get over here. How am I going to feel about this? It is well within range of everything. We don't need power. Oh, frozen a little bit. It doesn't overshadow too much, but it is prominent. I think I like this, because I want it on top. You can still see the water. So let's let's let them work on that. It's all supported by this one piece. Oh, but they're not going to be able to construct this. Instead, we'll need to add in a couple of these. So if we have those two stairs, they can walk down here, construct these, and then construct this one, build that. They can then reach this and this. And then they can go up here, build this. And then I think from this one, they can reach those overhangs, and then they can walk on top. Might just need to add in... Oh, you already have the path in. So we should be good. I think we should be fine. We'll keep an eye on that. Logs are going up, but planks are going down very quickly. We're going to unpause those three. Start getting some more plank production going. And hopefully some trees grow up soon. I mean, we have more wood, but I would love a few more trees. This is still filling up. This is at 1.65. Let's go up to 1.75. Should be fine. This is at 0.9. I'll go 0.95 to maximize water retention. How are we doing on power? These did not run out. I don't think. I hope not. We're producing double the power that we need. But it's really during the droughts that we need to really utilize these. We are going up in how many bot jobs are becoming vacant. I don't know how that's possible. We doubled, not doubled, we added in another worker in one of these bot assemblers. And then we prioritized them by haulers. They have enough power. I don't exactly know what the deal is. We did add a few more bot jobs. I didn't feel like it was a significant amount. Let's add a couple chargers right here. Maybe they need to go somewhere farther for charging. I'm not sure. We also, I want to use this space. So let's get rid of this. Add a piece of dynamite. This is going to be the new path going down here. Remove that. Oh yeah, I had this placed down for future in case I want to build something over here. Unnecessary, well, I guess we are using it right now. And that'll be a couple extra chargers for them. We can get a staircase set up and then get that connected back in. I don't even know if we need to get up here necessarily, but we will leave it there. Let's see, how many control towers do we have? We have 1, 2. We don't have any over here. But then again, bots aren't doing as much over there. We could add some over here. Ooh. This is an area we could tap into a little bit. Scrap metal. Oh my gosh, look how we're down so much. We need to definitely maximize these guys. So their productivity's decent. It's at 80%. We have these two prioritized by haulers, but we need to make sure they are getting everything else they need. So let's get a control tower over here. That'll bump up their efficiency. We'll need some chargers. I guess we could... It's probably worth just getting a dedicated charging station over here. So we'll construct... Oh wait, we want to rotate that. Get that engine placed right here, and then... Nope. Add in those charging stations. We really could go to 8, but we don't necessarily need that many, I don't think, over here. We do need to extend the path a little bit. And we reach this, we'll prioritize it by haulers, and then bump all this up. Oh yeah, and then we're going to bump all this down. Oh, look at that, they already got to this. But we can lower that. We don't need that to be the main thing that the beavers and bots are working on. This will be kind of a background task, because there are just so many resources they need to dump into this. Got the Badwater River flowing. Using quite a bit of power. That is good though. Okay, the beavers are not using any of those chargers. That's fine. Are we short on something? No, they've almost constructed it. Well, yeah, they're focusing on these because I bumped them up. Makes sense. 17 vacant jobs for the bots. If that number continues to climb, then we'll need to probably add in another one of these. I think in terms of the workforce, let's find those jobs. There's so many jobs. Smelter. What the heck? Did I pass it? I must have. It's at the very top. Okay. Let's prioritize all these buildings by haulers. They're all bot jobs. Same with those ones. Productivity is really good. This one was already at 85% even though they weren't prioritized. Do these guys need chargers nearby? They might. We can make that happen if we do this instead. If we add in we don't need to do a lot, but if we shift the path over just a little bit. And then we have the staircase coming over here. We can add 2 chargers, which is not a lot, but I think that should help a little bit. And then we could actually even add one right on the end. And I think this will become some of the most popular chargers that we have. You know, we could do, can temporarily shut, oh well, I guess it won't shut down production. But if we replace this power shaft with a charging station. So right now, you can see those are not connected. But then that connects everything. And we're taking advantage of some space. Excellent, we can remove this one, add that staircase in. And we get a couple more chargers placed down. We do want to prioritize this. Oh good, they're doing it already. And wood products are abysmally low. These, I guess it requires gears and treated planks, both wood products. Well, we are doing all that we can. These trees are almost grown up, then we can get some more pine resin, which we are out of. No pine resin. Oh, let's do this. We can, oh, we have 2 working in here. Dirt is going up, not by a lot, but we don't need it. A whole lot, at least. Okay, centrifuge, we have 2 sets of beavers who are not doing anything. We're not quite maxed out. That will actually probably be going down a little bit, so let's bump that back up. Because now that we have this and this here, the 2... Wait, isn't there a third one? There's grease. That's the third thing that we should help the bots out with over here. So let's get some storage. Add in a couple of these. Prioritize. No, we'll do this. Obtain, prioritize by haulers, set it to grease, and then duplicate. And then that'll help the bots work even faster. Yeah, productivity, that went down? I don't know how that went down. Oh, I guess we're not... No, they just need to use these 2 things. And then they just place them in these piles. So I don't know how it went down. But hopefully it'll go up now that we're giving them grease. Maybe they were going somewhere to get grease before. Okay, and then we have all these builders. It is 3% of the way there. We might run into a supply chain problem. We'll see. Gears typically are the linchpin in terms of basically making bots, at least from my experience. Depends on what you're doing. Right now we have lots of gear stored up and planks are low. So even if we don't have enough planks to make gears, we still have some gears that are basically stored up. We could go try and chop some trees down. We have a lot of beavers who don't have a job. We could get over there, I think, fairly easily. We might as well. We don't really have a whole lot else that we're doing. Gonna utilize terrain blocks as much as we can. That requires planks, which we... 6. Just going down and up. Or we could just place dirt blocks. We'll go right across here. Now just keep working our way over this direction. And we don't really need to worry about this. And then we are going to get a couple lumberjack flags. And then mark all these trees. Can this guy reach? Okay, he can reach all those, so we'll be fine there. Have them work for a little bit, get a few extra logs. And then I guess we can look around and see if there's any other ones that are worth investing a little bit of resources into. Down here there's some. It's not the worst idea. Because it's fairly close to the district center in terms of path length. So we have 50 tiles is how far this is from the district center. We could go down over here. This is not flooding, which is good. It looks like it's pretty darn close. That'd be the only thing I'd be kind of concerned about, was if the water or bad water overtops here. We have some more over here, which is still not flooding. That's good. We do have this path that is still connected. Chop some of those trees down. At this point, I'm just getting as much wood as beaverly possible. We'll go all the way over here. And then just add in, I guess, a single lumberjack flag. And then mark all of this. Move those two, we don't need those. We can remove some of these because these are unnecessary. Prioritize those a little bit. Just get rid of things that we don't need. Oh, we can't reach that one. Oh well. Not worth building stuff to get to it. Won't be able to reach that one either. At least not right now. We don't really need this suspension bridge. Go like that. Good morning, sand artist. Happy New Year to you as well. They collected those right off the bat, so we can get rid of this path. So just to give you a quick recap of what we've done so far, we have tried to ramp up production. We're running a little bit short on wood at the moment, which means planks are also suffering a little bit. But we do have the earth repopulator that we're building. We are 12% of 12% of the way through constructing it. We've gotten probably between a quarter to 1/3 of the resources placed down. In gears, we're doing good. Treated planks, we still have some. Same with metal blocks. We bumped up scrap metal production. We were actually almost maxed out at the beginning. And then as I added more smelters, we started to go down. So we're doing all that we can to keep these guys as productive as they can possibly be. Right now they're at 87%, which is not bad. Added some dedicated chargers for them. We made sure their needs were met because I'm guessing that they were leaving. We prioritize this by haulers. This should help a little bit also. We might need another tank for extract because it seems like that just got consumed pretty quickly. So let's duplicate this. Kind of want to leave this path open. No, that's fine. We can get rid of it. Add this in. Let's prioritize it. Let's do the same for our treated planks. Let's duplicate this. Move it over here. Bump that up on the priority list. So let's see, I think that is kind of all we've been up to mainly. We shifted a few of the water pumpers from over here to this area, trying to make all the water pumping happen out of here. That way we don't pump this area dry and then unirrigate some of these trees. That's been the main stuff. Then we're just kind of doing some other small tasks. Adding a couple of lumberjack flags. Try and help get some of these trees chopped down. But yeah, the bots and beavers are going to be working on this for a long time. Bad water, water, and food are all looking fantastic. Our resources, some of them are a little bit thin, specifically wood. We're having a bit of a problem keeping up our wood stores. And then we're gonna unmark these because I don't like seeing that. What we can do though, let's add in a few more pine trees. We'll have them plant as many as they can. Yeah, they can reach some. He can't reach anymore. Might not be able to plant all of it. Let's switch that to bot. To the bot. Yeah, trees have been hit and miss. Sometimes we have a lot of wood, sometimes we have no wood. I was saying earlier, I feel like there has yet to be a playthrough where I'm not running out of wood at some point. We added in some more pine trees up here to help get our pine resin stores up because, as you can see, we have literally no pine resin now. So I mark these or unmark them to be planted so we can replace them with pine trees, but they were freshly planted, so these guys are just taking forever. This guy's gonna plant some trees over here. We have our one lumberjack flag over here. Since we have so many unemployed beavers, I toss those guys into some of these jobs. Now it just feels like a waiting game a little bit. We added these in. I think that having 2 of these tanks now will help. Yeah, because I think these guys are probably pulling all of the extract out of here immediately and then running out, so they had to go get it. Which is not ideal. Looks like, oh, all of these are being used. Maybe we want to add in a couple more. Because we can add in more and it will be basically no cost to us in terms of power, because this can produce enough power for 8 chargers and we only have 6 at the moment. So we'll have those get constructed. We have some wood down here we could access. Wood is starting to go up, 200. He's doing his best to plant every tree he can. These guys are sitting around. Okay, on the bright side, there's, I think, a lot of trees that are just about to grow up. So, we should start doing a lot better on wood, because we planted all these in the last episode and we have yet to reap the benefit of them, but in the next couple of beaver days that should actually start to pay off. These chargers are being utilized, same with this one, quite a bit. Yeah, those are very helpful. You know, we might not have had enough chargers in this whole area. We still might not have enough, honestly. These 2 are used a decent amount. Let's add in a couple more. We'll see if that helps. The wood workshop does not have pine resin. We can pause 2 of these. No point in having them working. There's no pine resin. These are getting kind of close. Actually, not at all. They basically just grew up. There's some space over here. We could plant some trees. Get some pine trees. They are not marked to be cut down, which is what we want. I feel like we could pause even more breeding pods. We have 46 unemployed beavers. We'll pause 2 more and watch, because this should be going down. But we don't want it to drop too much. We do not need a population collapse. You're a quarter of the way through for constructing it. Just about halfway in terms of the resources applied. We could always switch some of these to beavers, since we have so many unemployed beavers. And then I guess they can help construct all this. Funny, they climb up. It's gonna take a while. Yeah, I don't really... I have not utilized the advanced breeding pods. Not in this playthrough, and just in general I don't. I know that gives you adult beavers, but... Oh, the unemployed bring nutrients? Huh. Nutrients are brought by haulers, the unemployed, and workers after work. Huh. I did not know that. At least unemployed are doing something. And then also enjoying their leisurely time. Like that. Look at that, they're hanging out. In terms of their well-being... Oh, I need to add a scratcher. I think that was the main thing that we were missing. And even then, we're doing really good. We could probably just stand to add 1 or 2. There's some space over here. In fact, we could relocate some of these. So move the hospital bed. Let's move those over here. And then that is utilized a lot, but not at the moment. These two are not being utilized. We can get those scratchers placed down, might help a little bit, but we're running pretty smoothly. We have consolidated a lot of the fun stuff for them. This is all working really well. You can see that this one is more popular just because it's closer. This one is popular at peak times. And then it is similar between those two. So this is the final episode of this series. I think next weekend I'll start a new series. We'll do it on one of the new maps. But I have a few ideas on what I want to do for the live stream. Because this one was just playing through. I didn't really have a goal or anything. I wrote down a few ideas for what I want to do for potential future live stream. Let's see what I have. I don't want to give anything away. Let's see. I have one where I was thinking about maybe doing basically a mega build live stream, but not having that turn into a video like a normal mega build video. It'd just be me building something pretty big, which I think that would be kind of fun. 'Cause I don't know about what you guys think. Big buildings in the plans. Yeah, I mean, during the next live stream, I think that'd be fun. Because, yeah, having a goal to work towards, especially in a sandbox game where it's literally open to whatever you want to do, having a goal makes it a little bit easier for me. As soon as I don't have something that I'm trying to do in Timberborn, it's like, okay, what am I doing? If I'm working towards something, it makes it a little bit easier. And holy cannoli, we have so many trees now. Look at that. Immediately we're up to 1.1 thousand logs. And then immediately we're down to, oh wait, 33 beavers. I'm pretty sure that was after I unpaused a few jobs. But on the bright side, we are not running short on wood. We are running short on treated planks because of pine resin. But we're doing as much as we can. These are gonna be ready soon, and then we can place even more pine trees over here. We have our additional tapper shack helping out as much as he can. I think we have planted all the trees we can, at least all the trees we can reach. So we can unmark all these. But yeah, I have a few fun ideas of what I want to do for live streams. I think there's a standalone live stream that I want to do sometime this year because now it's 2026. You observed correctly, sand artist. Yeah, these ones I unmarked. And then we'll put some pine trees here once they have grown up. And we are starting to have, I guess one is grown up. Most of these are, well, some of them are a little bit closer. Some are not close though, unfortunately. We have enough wood, so I guess we don't need to pause those engines. We could have paused them when we were short on wood, but that's hindsight. Are these all? Okay, not all these are popular. So we don't necessarily need to unpause this one. In fact, we could probably just pause a couple of these, because even these ones are not utilized. These guys are almost done chopping those down. This guy is done. And then let's get rid of all of this. And then we can collect those, bump it up. And do the same over here. Did you do anything for New Year's, sand artist? Treated planks are both just completely empty. Oh my gosh, we have so many empty storages. Is that 5 treated plank storages? Yeah, I was not expecting pine resin to be the limiting factor, but it's where we're at. We can start planting some trees though. And we'll want to unmark the few that we've planted. Kept things pretty quiet. Understandable. Yeah, we didn't do anything too exciting. We were visiting family and saw a couple friends on New Year's Eve, but we had to get up really early the next day to fly, so we didn't stay up too late. And that is why I didn't live stream last weekend, was out of town. But now I'm back. And so we're going to continue the live streams on the weekends. It's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Yeah, 2026, I'm very excited for YouTube for this year. Going into the winter, I typically do more content, so I'm hoping I can do at least a couple videos per week in a live stream. Ideally bump that up to 3 videos per week, but we'll start with 2. Make sure I can be consistent. Yeah, because the summers, seems like something always comes up where I do a little bit less, and it's not great for YouTube. YouTube likes consistent uploads. So I think I'll be doing 2 videos for a while. If I'm really ambitious, maybe we'll do 3 on occasion. But I want to make sure I can at least do 1 per week during my busy times, so. Yeah, it was good to get a break just from everything. Although I was missing doing YouTube while I was gone, so that was kind of cool. Made me come back hungry to do more. I still need to finish editing the video that will be uploaded tomorrow, because I did a lot of recording before I left. So we'll get that video edited today, and then I'll just keep on working on the content. But I was checking over in terms of the maps, and I could see that there were 4 of them that I had wonders for. So this will be after today. Where are we? After today, and we have this guy placed down, and we launch it, then we're gonna have 5 wonders. Not to get burnt out on playing the game and no longer enjoying it. I completely agree. One of the reasons why I started live streaming is that I wanted to have the option to play other games, because this is clearly a Timberborn channel, but I think I talked about it previously, adding in other games. Right now the 2 that come to mind would be Minecraft and then also Transport Fever 2. Those are 2 other games that I would definitely enjoy doing some content on. But I want to make sure that I keep Timberborn, at least for now, as the main game for this channel, because it seems like as a game itself is doing really well, and I still enjoy it. The content that the updates they provide are very fun. So I have no plan in the future to stop doing Timberborn for the most part. We don't, you just... Okay, I don't know what your most recent message exactly was. I think you're talking about how we don't need more trees. Because, yeah, we're doing great on wood now. We need pines. That is the limiting factor. In fact, we could probably remove some of these ones. I think that's what you were saying. And then we could just remove all of these, honestly. And then we'll place them with pines. We'll let them do all of that. Yep. You never got into Minecraft? That is fair. I feel like the sandbox games, if you don't enjoy sandbox games, then it's hard to get into. I have some friends who, they like games with a clear objective. I feel like Minecraft is kind of one of the OG sandbox games. Because it's just like, oh, like you can beat it, because, you know, get the Ender Dragon and all that, but for the most part, it's just like, do you want to make a house? Do you want to mine? And there's, some people have made some amazing stuff in Minecraft. And then we have a bad tide approaching, which we are pretty immune to at this point. Water, we're not maxed out on, but we're doing great. And, oh my goodness, this is taking forever. I think that they changed it so that it takes longer to remove oak trees. I think it's proportional to like how long it takes for the tree to grow up. We can start planting some pine trees. Gosh, it's taken a while. Oh, they can't reach that. There, now they can reach those. Plant a few pine trees. Enshrouded. I am not sure what that game is. And let's also unmark all of these to be chopped down. And remove those last couple paths. We don't need those. And then we should be setting ourselves up for success now. Ooh, metal blocks. We're running pretty low on. Let's make sure we prioritize both of these by haulers. And then we are going to replace one of these with the smelter. And just copy this. Ooh. Let's collect all that real quick. Hopefully before they construct all this. Excellent. This will be bots prioritized by haulers. Good morning, Lucky Strike. The pressure map in Timberborn. I have not. I think that was the one that I want to do for the next playthrough. because they were, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there were 2 maps that they added during the last major update when, and this was one of the 2. Originally, this map had the water seep and it did not have, I think they're called like the bad water drains. So we started this, and then a week or 2 later, they had an update. Maybe it was a little bit later than that, but I think it was at least a couple weeks after these maps were released. There was an update where they added those drains into here, and then they changed how the aquifers worked. But that second map, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I remember seeing that there was basically pressurized systems everywhere. And I can't remember if it was just water or if it was also the bad water. That one seemed a little bit more difficult, but I think that's the next one that I want to work on. I want to try that one. And we have so many trees now. We went from having no wood to having almost maxed out wood. Good problem to have. We are good on metal blocks and gears now. It's really just treated planks, and really it's just pine resin. Unfortunately, there's no way to expedite it. Although we do want to... Okay, we have that set to pine. Let's switch that to a bot. This guy can't help at all. What else? Do we really only use pine resin for treated planks? I feel like it goes into something else. Pine resin. I think we use it for constructing stuff, but we don't use it for anything else. Let's see, is there anything else that we need to work on as we wait for our trees to grow? We do have some beaver sitting around. That's okay. That does mean we can... Well, we'll just keep these here, kind of as a backup. We're still at 34 beavers, which means we can pause. Yeah, another breeding pod. In fact, we can just remove these ones. We do not need them. Let's plant some more corn. Pressurized bad water and water from underground. Oh, yeah, it has the time bomb thingies. Also, what is this? I never filled that in. Those explosions, yeah, that could be, that's gonna be a challenge for sure. Because I bet that they have one that goes off that will then flood your colony with bad water, something like that. Okay, we're gonna speed it up a little bit. We don't really have anything that we're looking at right now. But yeah, for that next live stream, we can always start that, and then big picture, I'd probably want to maybe do some sort of, I mean, maybe not mega build, but I want to do something big. Because this has been a great playthrough. This was not the first stream series that I did. There was another one. I think I only got like 4-ish episodes into it. But I still want to finish that one out because I don't have the wonder completed on that. Maybe just do like a really long live stream day. Just trying to power through, get that one completed. Because big picture, I want to get wonders on all of the maps in Timberborn. At least like all the maps that they release. Because I know there's like Map Maker and some people make some pretty cool ones that you can download. There is one that I tried. And this was probably 2, maybe 3 years ago. But it was the Time Bomb one. That one was a lot of fun. And that was before Bad Water existed. But it was basically a big reservoir that slowly filled up. And you had, I think it was like 5 or 6 cycles to figure out how you wanted to prevent the water from flooding your whole colony. And that one I think only took like 7 episodes. But like I said, that was a while ago, so wasn't quite as good at YouTube back then, but it was fun. We are still short on treated planks. Okay, so these trees, looks like some of them have already finished producing pine resin. You do not need to prioritize that by haulers. The new tree one, there's an I did not know there was a 4th faction. I would like the devs to release a 3rd faction. Now we don't have to worry about modding. Would I do the ender pelts? I'm not opposed to it, but I don't foresee myself doing that in the near future. Because I feel like I mean, I have so many video ideas. It's more about time. Being able to get through them all. If I do more YouTube videos, then I'll be able to cycle through those series faster. So. But yeah, I have a few video series that I want to do first. But I would consider doing, yeah, a different faction. We have so many trees. Good problem. We have probably more than doubled how many pine trees we have over here. I have the best playthrough of Oasis out of all the ones you're watching. That's what this one is, right? Because it's just this water seep. I know that RCE started one. I haven't fully been following it. But then again, I watch RCE because of him. He's decent at Timberborn, but he misses some stuff. And then, but I mean, if you compare me to also like Skystorm, you know, no comparison there, because he knows Timberborn really well. Like JC the Beard. Some of his playthroughs are just so intense. I think he has I think it's called Project 1K, where he's basically doing the Road to 1,000 Beavers, but it's on the smallest map. And the stuff that he's put into that is just kind of insane, because he is maximizing every square inch of that map. But I do appreciate the comment, Lucky. I felt like this one has been pretty successful. I like how we set it up. We have basically our whole production line over here. Storage is not completely organized, but it's pretty good. We kept it in a relatively small footprint and just went vertical. We have our I'm blanking on it. Gravity battery farm. And then actually we have enough power now, thank goodness. And then trees. It took until the last episode, but now we are completely set on trees. We have our reservoir. Food is just fantastic. Last episode we got our well-being sorted out, and we basically perfected it because we have every one of the needs are being fulfilled except for the earth repopulator, and that will be done soon. 74% of the way there. Seems like all they're doing is putting the treated planks in place, so there's not much we can do about that. We could switch that to bots. Just try and get the pine resin picked faster, or collected faster. But yeah, for this next playthrough, I think I will do it on the new map, Pressure. Can't remember what it's called exactly, but the one that you mentioned, Lucky. We're basically producing as much power as we're using. This is going down just a little bit. Is there anything else that I can work on? I hate just waiting, because it's just not as entertaining for you guys. This needs treated planks, and we are doing pretty much all that we can. Just waiting on those. We could probably do something else. What should we do? Food is set, wood is set, water set. You just build like a tower or something. It's also a big map. Well, that's good. I do like the larger ones. I mean, we haven't utilized probably 75% of this map, so we don't necessarily need all of it. What if we tried to get to the corners of each map, or to each of the corners of the map? We can just continue this. Okay, they built that immediately. Oops. I just want to make sure I don't trap any beavers, because we've done that way too much. You are probably right, Sand Artist. We probably need to plant even more pine trees. We might as well stick over here because we have the infrastructure. This guy can reach all the way over here. And then this guy can reach over here. And they can't reach those. Once they remove some, we can then have a path that extends. We could probably remove some of these crops because we are doing great on food. And let's just make sure we don't have that marked to be chopped down. Also, we have some miscellaneous trees that we're chopping. Okay, they can reach all those now. Let's see, this goes to here. Let's do this. Remove those. And then we're going to place some tunnels. Then we're also going to lower this. Try to extend our green space. So right now it doesn't extend quite over here. But if we do this, we also will probably need to make a little bit larger, because since it's only 1 by, 10 or whatever, the green space doesn't permeate quite as well. But if we do this, and then remove this one, and then place some tunnels down. Nope, not explosives factory. Interesting. I'm curious if that would actually work if they place a tunnel underneath, it would remove the tree. We can then remove that, get some more trees planted. Yeah, we probably should make it as easy for these guys as possible. You can reach all of that. Set them both to bots. Let's remove this guy. Move them both over there. We'll shift this over just a little bit. Texture is set to pine. Honestly, we can probably remove some of these. Leave it like that. And then plant 3 more pine trees. Yeah, the insta builds, lucky, are pretty cool. Yeah, that's how it goes. At first, you know, it takes forever to build anything because you're probably short on resources or beavers. And then sometimes it's just like it's just the flip of a switch where you can build stuff super fast because you just have more resources and you know what to do with. Plus being on 3x speed is helpful. And we are, let's see how short we are on treated planks. We need 700 more treated planks. Oh my gosh. How much pine resin does each of these produce? 2. So let's see. We have 5 by, oh my gosh, 4, 6, 8. Call it 5 by 26 here, and then another 5 by 13. So 5 by 40, that's 200. Times 2 would be 800, no. Oh yeah, 400. And then we probably have another 40-ish trees up here, times 280. So what to wait through a lot. So we're gonna add some more trees somewhere else. These are all grown up. I'm gonna do some over here. We are going to remove all of these. And then we'll just do some more over here because we're maxed out on trees. Not really building anything with wood at the moment. We're just going full send. We'll focus on planting some trees. We'll do a tapper shack here and somewhere over here. Maybe right here. But most importantly, we have to unmark them to be chopped down. Look at this guy, he was hiding. Yeah, they construct stuff so fast. The 30x mod. I know that you can do it. You don't need a mod. You just need to turn it on dev mode, which is also where you can cheat and just place stuff down. But also it makes, I don't know if it is the same for you guys, but for me it just makes it super laggy. Let's make that pine Same with this pine. So I don't really use that a whole lot. I only use that if I'm trying to make a thumbnail and I need time to speed up. Ooh, we have some pine trees over here. Oh nice, they're not even marked to be chopped down. Unintentional, but it worked out. Can we get... Let's see. We can do this. Oh wait, we have... Let's go underground a little bit. Okay, so there... He went to the top for some reason. So it's right here. We'll zoom right into it. Right where this tree is. I guess we can go underground and then go sideways from here. Perfect. And now we'll place down I guess we need to be able to connect the tube in. We'll go one at a time. Shift over. Yes, yeah, the performance is decreased a bit during 30x speed. And it doesn't feel like it's going 30x. It feels like it's going like 10x with how much lag there is. Okay, we'll get those added in. Oh, they can... Wait, how'd they construct this? I do not know, but that's okay. We'll add in another tapper shack. This is a remote one. Okay, that one they can't reach. That one kind of makes sense. Still don't know how they reached this one in the first place. We could always do this. We'll do a path along the backside. Nice. Almost there. We can get rid of those. We don't need them. We just build up and we're good to go. Okay, so that will be connected in. This is already connected in, but this will help speed that up. Prioritized by haulers. We could remove some of these and then replace some. Let's see, can we reach all of them? I think we're close enough to either side that we should be able to. We'll just replace these with pine trees. So you guys get XP for being top fans. I don't know exactly how you get that. I think it's just commenting, I guess. This guy's taking his sweet time. Okay, we have all this going. I'm going to slow it down to 2x. I'm going to be right back. Gotta go to the bathroom, but I'll be back very shortly. Okay, I'm back. We have this guy working his tail off over here. Let's hold, I think it's 50 pine resin. Well, the trees grew up pretty quick. At least some of them did. Okay, I want to see one piece of pine resin, because I think it's 50 they can hold. We are missing one cassava. We can check on our monument. We're still 600 pine resin away. 600 treated planks away. Okay, look at that. Let's see. 2 out of 50. There's not pine trees anywhere else in the map, unfortunately. It'd be cool if there were some that were not dead. Yeah, this map is interesting because there's literally only one direct water source, and even that is just a water seep. You can use XP to hype videos. That's interesting. Do you use it on your videos or other people's videos? There's probably some pretty cool things you can do, like in terms of on YouTube, like through the chat. So it gives me some options as the streamer. So yeah, so I can see like who the top fans are. It's you two. You hype other people's videos with it. Oh, you can see the blueberries are spreading. That's interesting. Okay, let's go back up with 3x speed. Have some of these trees grow up. I like it. Hype the next road to 1K beavers. Yeah, I'll be curious to see how that works. We'll see if I get some sort of notification. Or if it's just... yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would be worth planting trees here because during a bad tide, the bad water, it would go over here also. Guess I could. Yeah, it's probably not worth it. Okay, we can unplant those. Can I reach this? Can you plant stuff like this under existing buildings? Can they reach that really? Yes, they can. They did that all immediately. Okay, we don't really need this path here anymore. Because we have this option. And then voila, we have access to way more green space. And then we could even do this. Let's do some tunnels. We'll do it like this. We'll go dirt blocks backwards. Cool, they can reach all of this. And once they build this, we can go backwards just a little bit. Get as much green space as we can. And then we'll just keep adding some pine trees. How far does this guy reach? He can reach for frickin' ever. Wait, he can go into this and then pop out, that is, I mean, it makes sense, but wow. Irrigation barriers. Oh, you mean over here? Yeah, the bad water effects will probably be something to think about. But I don't really want to do that because, as you can see, it takes 5 treated planks, and trying to think. If we do make a moat over here, because the bad water effects, I don't think they would spread down and then back up. Let's do it like this. We're gonna go all along here with dynamite because we have plenty of extract, plenty of explosives. How far? We can keep adding some more. At this point I'm just kind of desperate to get pine trees planted. None of them are marked. Well, almost none of them are marked to be chopped down. We'll try this. We'll see if this works. Because that should act in the same manner as an irrigation barrier. We can also go like this. Pining after some resin. Yes, indeed. We can probably just fill this in, honestly. Oh, we need to switch this to this and then that to pines. They should be able to reach all this. Over here we got so many pine trees. Let's see. Let's make... Okay, that guy's... He can't reach. Want us to add another one. Pine... Oh, I didn't even realize that was a checkbox you could do. We need to be careful over here because you don't want to flood our tunnel system. Give me that. We'll move him over here once we place those down. Wait, we don't need it all to be... That's fine. We have so many resources we can afford to just kind of waste some. So now... we need to remove this one. We'll duplicate this. Move him here. Fluid dump. And then pine trees all the way. Now we'll remove just some of these. Okay, I've been going for a little over 2 hours, but we are not done with this. I'm going to be streaming until we launch this, even if it takes another 1.5 hours. because this is the final episode. So if it goes a little long, that is totally fine. Okay, we can get rid of this guy now. This Tapper Shack will reach a lot. We'll add one more over here. We can just do it this way. Duplicate. I am getting better about using the duplicate tool, because it is quite helpful. Now, am I going overboard on pine trees? Probably. I probably should have done this like 3 cycles ago. But you live and you learn. We can always unpause this guy if we start building up some pine resin. Yeah, abandon everything else to meet the treated plank requirement for the monument. Pretty much. I mean, we have everything else we need, so we're in a good spot. Let's go down. Let's unpause this. Okay, I guess they're actually starting to use these now. We actually have some jobs over here. See, this is a good pine resin farm. It's worthy of remembrance. This one over here is pretty good. Not quite as good though. This is the OG. Okay, we're maxed out on gears. You can see they're sitting around. Planks we've been maxed out on for a while. Same with that. We have 25k science. Any plans for new Haunted Hollow video? Yes, I have recorded the next episode. Did that before my trip. Have not edited it yet, but that'll be probably not. We'll see. There's one coming up tomorrow. That's Road to 1,000 Beavers. So next Sunday would be Haunted Hollows, but haven't announced it yet. I've just kind of been alternating. But the Road to 1,000 Beaver series has been going for a while. I'm on episode 27, I think. I think it's 27. But yeah, that one has been going on for a while. I have been really enjoying the most recent couple episodes of the Road to 1,000 Beavers. I'm trying to think, what have you guys seen so far? We started making the reservoir. And then I started getting the power collection system upgraded in the one corner of the map. Yeah, I'll probably need to record the next Road to 1,000 Beavers episode sometime this weekend. But first and foremost, I need to edit the one that's going out tomorrow. So it's mainly edited but not finished. So I'll spend some time today doing that, getting the thumbnail and all the other stuff for YouTube. Yeah, that map is huge. Helix Mountain. It's one of the original Timberborn maps. I think actually That might be the map that I did my first ever Timberborn Let's Play on. But it was the original one because they revamped it once. And that was like a year or two ago. But yeah, talk about a while ago. Let's see, so that my first YouTube videos were in like 2022. So time flies. And we have another bad tide approaching. But yeah, the next Haunted Hollows video will be next weekend. I have some cool projects in both of the series that are going up. Yeah, I would like to probably wrap up the Road to 1000 Beavers series soon, but we're still quite a few beavers away from getting to 1000. But we'll get there. Haunted Hollows, I'm really looking forward to that reservoir system that I want to build. It's going to be very interesting. But yeah, there's going to be lots of new stuff coming in the next, if I had to guess, I mean for live streaming, next weekend there's going to be a new series. Hopefully sometime in February I can wrap up one of the 2 video series that I'm doing and then start a new one. Like I said, I have so many video ideas. It's just about having time to execute on them. We are getting closer. We have 250 treated planks left. 85% of the way there. And then we need to fill it up. Can you guys remind me? I think it's extract we need in here. And then what else? Oh, it's blueberries. Okay, let's add some more blueberry storage. Blubberries. Prioritize and we don't need it to be obtained. I just want to get this constructed so we can start filling up because we have some blueberries we can pick. And then we have plenty of extract. 500 berries. Yeah, we don't have quite 500. And we have some that we could pick, but might as well do it ahead of time. Okay, we're gonna switch these to bots to keep them going. Okay, do we need to add more extract storage? Probably not. I think we're fine, because these guys are sitting around. Guess they're not. So we have, I think 3. Is there one under here somewhere? Aha. He's sitting around a little bit. Are we using exactly as much science as we are creating? Because nope, it doesn't show it go up or down. 578, 588, 606. Okay, we're still making more than we're using. Okay, we immediately go up to almost 700 berries and we were just under 500. Picking all those. We have another blueberry farm. Is that over here? Oh my gosh, we have so many blueberries. Cool. We will be doing just fine. Still 85% of the way there. We can switch. Well, these guys aren't doing anything, so I guess we don't need to worry about builders. Somehow I still have some birch trees. We'll get some oaks down. They might be on the edge of what we can reach. Now, do we actually need those? No, but I like it for continuity. And then we should be able to reach everything. Oh, well, no wonder we're not chopping those trees down. They're not marked to be chopped down. And then I want this to be continuous. Yes. Yeah, I was saying earlier that we're doing all we could for pine resin, but sand artist, you gave me the right push, because this would take a long time just with those ones. So instead I converted half our tree farms into pine resin, or into pine trees. And look at that. We now have way fewer trees that we're chopping down, but we are maxed out on wood, and then we're at the end of the series, so we don't have anything else we need to use really. That was loud. 8-day bad tide. We are still doing great on water. We still have 18 beavers who are unemployed. Oh yeah, I started making this. Let's go all the way across. We'll get to at least one corner of the map. We're just going to go all the way up at once because we have resources to spare. Yeah, I was just thinking about that, Sand Artist, so I think I was better about it in this playthrough than I have been in the past in terms of building tree farms, but even then it wasn't enough. So really it's like, in the beginning, just commit, 5, 7 beavers to be foresters and just plant just a bucket of trees. Because in the long run, yeah, we're short on pine resin now. We've been short on wood so many times. So in the next playthrough, I'm probably going to focus more on that early on. Okay, I think that is the right elevation. That's one too many, but that's okay. We haven't quite gotten here yet. And I think they should be able to reach this. And then I want to remove some of these, so we'll make a outpost down here. Don't need any of these. Is any of this necessary? Not really, but we're just having a good time. We can go almost all the way across. And we'll have one. I guess, how should we do it? We'll do this. Like a beaver monument over here. Brazier. And then beaver bust. Okay, and we are going to be a ways away. Yeah, one at a time is not super efficient. Oh, we should also definitely lower all this, because we don't really need to make any of this happen. In fact, it's possible we don't finish this. But I will not be too sad if that's the case. In fact, we could just switch this up just a little bit. We're going to start adding some outposts so they can construct more of it. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. So we have, oh my gosh, it's more treated planks. That was extract. That was not right. Nice. I didn't even notice they finished the Earth Repopulator. Lucky. Well, we're gonna be, I mean, good thing we invested so heavily in in pine trees. We're going to unpause this guy because I suspect that soon we're going to be a spot where we have a lot of extra pine resin. Hopefully that's happening soon. We have so many pine trees. The fairy plank started going up. What do you call them? Fairy planks? Because there's pine resin in them. Wood workshop strengthens planks by infusing them with resin. This would be just because of the sparkles. Yeah, at the very end, the frickin' treated planks are just what's slowing everything down. But hey, we get a longer live stream because of it. Look at that, we're doing all we can. They're gonna build this pretty quickly. Sparkles. We have a bajillion planks. It needs planks and metal blocks. We're still maxed out on all that, even though we're making all this stuff. We'll have to go one at a time going up, unfortunately. And then as soon as we finish this, it'll make it way faster. Because right now they have to hop out, walk everything over, and then hop back in. And then I think we're going to go down. And then we're going to move this guy over here. And then just zigzag around. I guess you don't really need this to go all the way. We just need to build that. As soon as I build these 3, then we can start going from both ends. We now have a bot who's unemployed. Let's do this then. We'll switch this to bots. Okay, we start to have we have some pine resin now. We have 40. Let's make sure these guys are all prioritized by haulers. We got 1, 2. Got a third one here. Okay, we have way more than just 3 of these guys. We have, oh my gosh. Make sure they're all prioritized by haulers. We are loading it all up. Let's see, we could do this. I mean, really it's just treated planks we're short on. So we're not going to be short on berries. But let's do this. We'll add in a small warehouse. Let 2 in. Set them to berries. Obtain prioritized by haulers. Copy settings over here. And then set this to treated planks. Copy settings. Excellent. We are almost there. This is gonna go so fast once we get this place down, because then they can walk over and construct all this. So for these live streams, I've been doing them at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Do you guys like that time? Do you think I should do it a little bit later? I do not think I'm going to do any earlier than that. But I want to make sure that those who want to watch it live have the opportunity to. I feel like 8. If you're on the East Coast, then it's early enough that you probably aren't doing anything for the day yet. If I do it later, we could probably get some folks from the West Coast and Mountain Time who might be able to watch. And then those who are in Europe, 8 a.m. is it's like sometime in the afternoon, depending on where in Europe they're watching from. Oh, here's the army. They're constructing that all at once. Yeah, the weekends, you know, people have obligations other than watching live streams, so yeah, I figure there's going to be times when, you know, people can't make it. But yeah, I don't know like what the best time would be. For me, this works because I have stuff I do on the weekends. But 8 a.m. is early enough that I can get at least a couple hours in and then still have time to do stuff for the rest of the day. Well, hopefully your wife understands that this live stream is cool. Okay, I'll be able to straighten this path out once we get up here. Okay, these are getting filled by the haulers, and we actually have some spare treated planks. Now those will hopefully all go into here very shortly. And then we, oh my gosh, it's like a light show over here. Okay, as soon as we get those few constructed, oh my gosh, they're reaching everything. Working on the tubes. Okay, let's go straight over here. They can't quite reach all of this. Oops. You have a good wife. My wife enjoys some of the stuff that I like, and then she's similar where she endures some of the other things. But thankfully there's some overlap. Okay, at this point we have made it to the corner. They built all of this. We have how much left? 60, and they're still working. We're gonna make a little pool over here. Shift it over by 1. I'm just making stuff now. We don't really need any of this, but that's okay. Oh, we probably need to make sure they can actually reach it all. I'm gonna actually remove this one, detonate this, so we can start getting some water poured. Set these Autobots. Cool, we got everything set up. Now there's going to be some water. What are you waiting for water? Green space. Excellent. We have finished it. We'll wait till the next morning. Then we'll launch it. We'll slow it down. Ooh, we are running a little bit low on water. Although we just started a new wet season. Test out some new concepts. You just mean because we have so many resources? Oh my gosh, they have filled this up so fast. But we have a lot over here. We have 2 aquifers. That would have been cool to tap into. We technically could. Where does that water go? Does it just fill this up? It overflows down here. And then, is that underground? Yes, it is. And that one comes over through here. Okay, well now I want to make this. Should have decided to do this earlier. We'll go... Oh, we'll need to be able to actually build it. So we just need to build 1 dirt block. Oh, we don't even need all of those. We can just do a couple dirt blocks. Cool. Engine. Don't worry, we're going to make sure everything works out. Well, they built that immediately. They will be able to reach that. But while they're working on that, we can launch the Earth Repopulator because we are here. Okay, so let's see. So we have 500 of each. We have... slow it down to single. We got... we are ready to launch. Let's see, we're gonna have so many cool stats. We can launch, and it stopped for a second. And there we go. Got the little gliders, and then I think we'll see them go that way. Yeah, there they go. We have gotten our 5th wonder. And then we're going to immediately start filling this back up. Look at all those trees. New well-being high score 73. Okay, it does a full 360. 74. Are we going to hit 76? Yay! Okay, we got the flexible start unlocked. Oasis, winter completed. 411 days, 830 beavers born. That is just so much water. 74,000 trees. That was pretty cool. We got that done. I'm not going to quite wrap it up yet because I want to see the water over here. And then they should be able to reach all of this. Here we can speed it up. We'll go at 3x speed. I guess while we're waiting for this, thank you guys for joining. Glad that a few of you guys were able to make it. These live streams have been a lot of fun. This one was fantastic. Got through quite a bit. We have our 5th wonder. I don't actually know how many maps there are. I should check. But either way, we're making progress. I would like to eventually get all the wonders on all the maps. Or I guess get a wonder on all the maps. These require a few of everything. So let's get some storage. This should help expedite the process just a little bit. Planks, wood, and then planks. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it as well, Sand Artist. You probably have commented the most out of everyone who's watched. And then Lucky, you've been here pretty consistently. We have a good core group of people who come and watch these live streams. Maybe if things go well, we can do a weekday one. Probably we'll do it on occasion at first. And then we could do more consistent ones. These require 400 HP, so I actually need a second one of these. So let's get a second one put right there. Cool, and then we should be able to reach all of that. Let's make sure we prioritize both of these by haulers. We have the water up here, we have the logs down here. And now we got some aquifers. That is filling up real fast. Thank you, Lucky. Yes, I think this has been a good playthrough as well. This is a cool map. I did like the water seep and how that was kind of the main thing. Like that was the only water source in the whole map. There are these aquifers that you can tap into. Some of them are easier to get, like this one was there. You just needed to get power to it. And then, so that would go over here. I don't think that we can remove this unless we get down here. So that whole thing's going to back up. Ah, so this will be a lake. That's pretty cool. We've got you a beaver statue for your desk. That's pretty cool. We can cancel that. Oh, maybe I guess I did not I did not see that. So it's not going to be quite a lake. I mean, it will flood a little bit, but most of it's going over this way. And then that will continue over here. This whole area might flood though. But I think at this point we've done all that we wanted to do. We could go to this corner, but I think at this point we've exhausted what we want to do for this. So we're going to end it right there. Cycle 21, so it took us basically 21 cycles to get the Earth Repopulator constructed, launched, the whole shebang. And in the meanwhile, we were just doing fantastic on, you know, food, water, bad water. All the ingredients were great. At the end, we got plenty of wood, pretty much every resource we needed other than treated planks, which we are still working on because apparently they're refilling everything. So, but we're not going to launch that again. Their well-being is nearly perfect. The Earth Repopulator is somehow low. Shouldn't all the beavers have access to that? I mean, that is just an absolutely huge radius. I guess the ones over here might not have access to it. I am not sure. But anyways, I'm trying to think if there's anything else before signing off for the day. Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks everyone for watching. We hit the 3-hour mark. Next weekend will be a new live stream. We'll do the new map, and I'll have a more definitive answer on what we're going to do during that live stream. I'm guessing some sort of mega build, but not exactly the way that like the mega build videos have been in the past. It'll just be, you know, I'll have a vision on what I want to do on that map, but I'll make it a little bit more clear versus this one that was just kind of figuring out what we wanted to do along the way. Might have some of that in the next live stream, but I think we'll have some sort of bigger picture that I want to work towards. So anyways, thank you guys for joining. Lucky and Sand Artist. Always enjoy talking to you guys. And then yeah, let me know how the oh, you said the pressure map will test me. That's exciting. We'll see how that goes. I might probably watch someone else's playthrough. Give myself a little bit of a background on what's to come. But what was I saying? I can't remember. But anyways, we're ending it there. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, I know what it was. Yeah, let me know on hyping videos with your XP from commenting. I'm curious to see what happens there. We'll see if I get notifications or not. And the sun is setting, so we will wrap it up. Midwestern goodbye, where you say goodbye like 5 times. Anyways, thank you guys. I will see you next weekend. Take care, everyone.